Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Women's Coffee Club. We created this club for all of us, for women, to be able to share and inspire each other and to learn from a different host each week. And we're so fortunate today to have Ghazala Jabeen to be with us. I've known her through Noble Goldman and others through on Facebook, but never really met her in person. So it's so good to see you, Ghazala. Thank you so much for presenting this morning. And her topic is how to personalize um, your message in order to grow your business using the AI tools. So we're so excited. That's such a great topic. So Ghazala, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to choose this topic.
Thank you, first of all, Rani. Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of our Women's Coffee Club, and happy coffee to everybody from across the world. I've got my mug right here. Yeah, good to go with that one. So yeah, it's always great to be able to be with like-minded people that you can actually share and grow together, where we can cheerlead each other, support each other. And the world is changing at such a fast pace at the moment that, you know, I don't know whether I've got crackling on my phone, but there's a crackling I can hear. Give me a sec.
I think it's from Olmeca.
Oh, okay.
Let me mute you, Omeka.
Okay, sorry, because I was thinking it was me crackling. I was checking then. Okay, so yeah, so one thing I've learned from my journey as I've come through in my business world and also as a mama as well, and I realized that, you know, things around outside of us change a lot, is how do we adapt to the changes? But more importantly, in the recent times, things are changing on the platforms we work with, especially when we're talking about the online space. There is a space of the uncertainty. There is a space of how much can we trust certain platforms. There is so much of how much we want to share. I have a neighbor of mine, she's a retired lady in her 80s, and I was sitting having a cup of tea with her, and she said to me, "Oh, I'm not sure about all this social media stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous how people can just, you know, it's just destroying people, and it's this and it's that, and I don't think it's good, and we should stick to the old fashioned way." I said, "Let me tell you something," over a sip of coffee. I said, you know something, is social media, and what is on there is only what we want to put out there. How safe we are is what we want to allow what we put. We have the control at the click of our fingertips to what we share. Anything we don't want to share, we don't put in there, and no algorithms or search engines can pick up information we don't want to share. Anything we share is on public domain, and there it is our responsibility. I said, I've gained so much business, such great friendship. I said, if we look at the good, the bad, and the ugly, I said, I've got more good out of it because of the way that I work the business out there. People that I connect with, the messages that I put, I don't dish out dirty laundry on the social media. If I have a moment that is not a good thing, I'll put an uplifting, inspiring quote. Because again, somebody somewhere may see a quote and they may be having that same sort of day as me, and they may just be lifted with it. So the responsibility of what we put and who can be watching us and who wants to connect with us is so, so important. So just for those that don't know me, I'm based in North Wales in the UK. I am a mum of 3. I was widowed at a very young age of 45. My dear Martin, who I eloped and married him the day I left home, my runaway bridal situation, I had a few carrier bags and not knowing what I was going to wear on the wedding day for the dress. So I said, let me check what I got in my carrier bag. And so that afternoon, my mum and dad actually thought I was going to be going to work, but that afternoon I said I do. And it's a big story of mine, which you'll get to know more about it, because there is a book called Trilogy that will be coming out about the honor killing survivor, because I am one of the honor killing survivor. And that is, if you disobey the culture, religion, in that aspect, they will kill you, physically kill you. But I had full police protection for that. I was 20 years of age when I was brave and crazy enough to do what I did, and I had full police protection. So they thought this man that I'd gone off to marry, twice my age, that in no time at all, she'll be back in a few days because she'll have done the fun of running away. 6 days went by, 6 weeks went by, 6 months went by. My dear Martin and I were married for 25 years. We celebrated our silver wedding anniversary together, and sadly, I lost him shortly after that to pancreatic cancer. So for the people that have known about me, my journey, I wrote a book. It's called Loved, Lived, Lost, and it has the purple castle of North Wales, an iconic building in his memory as a tribute and to the World Pancreatic Cancer Day awareness. The reason for my Niagara Falls visit was not just to see the falls, but a very, very personal message for me of what I needed to do. The year that Martin passed away was October 2014. The month of November 2014 was the first World Pancreatic Cancer Day, and Niagara Falls had lit the falls purple. And I had lost Martin, so where I should have been grieving 4 weeks into losing him, this inspiration of the falls of purple suddenly was like, wow, what can I do to raise awareness for World Pancreatic Cancer Day, and as tribute to my dear love that I risked my life with, to be with, who made me the happiest girl and the most loved person I ever am to this day from Martin's love. So I contacted the National Trust and I said, I want to do this, and do I have permission to light up the castle? So they knew the story, they knew my work. I contributed so much to my community projects and everything. So they gave me the key to unlock all the combination locks on the premises of the castle. And my daughter and I took 4.5 hours to light every floodlight purple. And a very dear friend of mine actually took this beautiful picture, which is on my book. The subtitle of my book is more poignant, which is In Sickness and in Health Till Death Do Us Part. And that was our start of the rainbow journey to that point when, you know, he sadly passed away. And he left me this, this last dying wish was to raise awareness for keeping others alive through the awareness. One of the most important things as a mother for me is how am I seen? How do people see me? What is the message I give? How do I portray myself? And also, how do I use the power of social media to get the awareness of the campaign? So it doesn't matter whether we're dealing with a job, whether we're dealing with our businesses, whether it's a personal project or a personal profile, but the power of personalization in my journey was that, as my background has been very much of being, people know me as the Bollywood queen, because my name is Ghazala Jabeen, the Bollywood queen. And that's because I taught Bollywood dancing and taught that around the world. And the second part was Ghazala Jabeen, the #1 marketing machine. So yes, I have a rhyme to it and a whole rap with it. And I'll share my rap with you, which was, Ghazala Jabeen, your #1 marketing machine, here on the scene to help you and your team. It became a rap, and it became a good thing where I was able to teach. But I also was realizing that my personal part of my life was also become very public by the nature of my work, by the nature of my being in public eye. My story was fighting for education. Literally, my brother hit me in my face to say, understand that you are a Pakistani girl and you're probably going to get sent to Pakistan, get married to some elephant driver over there and live your life in that way. And what do you need education for? To which I said, and who are you to stop me? And my brother hit me. And so when I had been fighting for the education to learn more, to grow, to be in a better space, to do better things, the punch in the face did not stop me. It actually accelerated my desire to do more. So my life and journey, where most people are given education to learn and grow, I was fighting for education. I got to the point that my pilot light was ablaze and strong. I became then an international speaker on every stage around the world to speak my voice and be coming from my story, which is from suppression to expression. And now I'm making an impression to be the voice. So the book of mine was done in threefold. One was to the tribute to the man that helped me. He was the best teacher, mentor, and he gave me many lessons of saying, sometimes in business, don't get too personal. You're putting too much personal emotion to it. Just go in and look at the objective of the job while you're doing it. So when I deal with Facebook posts or Facebook Live, I ask myself, what objective is that for me to do this? What are they going to gain from my being there? and the other thing is, from all the trophies and medals and everything of a recognition I've got, I could say I'm #1 marketing machine because I've been recognized from all the medals and trophies and all the rest of it. But who cares about that? What they care about is, how did I do it so they can do it good too? So therefore, that we have to look at is, what message are we giving to people that they can be empowered with that knowledge that can give them the value of that message that they can take from, that helps them to grow and become better at what they're doing. So that's kind of was one thing. The second thing was that the book was written for all the symptoms that people don't know about the deadliest cancer of all. Within that was understanding it. And the biggest charity, Pancreatic Cancer UK, actually endorsed my book. And the third part was to be the voice of those that never got heard, because people were misdiagnosed and so on. That was then another message, that in my social media and marketing and business, where are the voices that want to be heard? So I also realized that we can have the very best product, we can have the very best service, we can have the very best of both. But if we're not marketing and we're not presenting, we're not pitching, and we're not proposing in a way that is powerful, personalized, and is also getting people to get the value and the benefit, the good thing can go to nothing. And one of the most important things I realized, a professor at a university where my son was studying, my son just said to me, "Mum, I finished my product design engineering course, and we're gonna share our presentation at the uni. I'd love you to come, as you are my marketing mum and a business person. I would love to know the #1 marketing machine's feedback." For me, it was a privilege for my son to ask me. Normally he says, "Shut up, Mum, just stay there, be quiet, don't say anything." And I'm like, he's allowing me to get in there. And he said, "Mum, I'm putting you on the balcony. So the professor is going to be down with us, but that way it keeps you quiet, just observe. Remember, you're only observing, Mum. Shh, don't say nothing." It's like, you're keeping Mum quiet? I don't like people suppressing me, but okay, son, all right, whatever you say, we go with it. And I remember at the end of it, the Professor Walker said, "Did you say your mother's here, Mikhail?" He said, "Yeah, she's sitting on the balcony and keeping her out of the way, sir." He said, "I'd love to meet you, Mum." He said, "You would? She can talk, though." He said, "Oh, that's good." So down I come from the balcony. Professor meets me, greets me. He says, "So, Mikhail's mum, what did you think of the presentation of the students here?" I said, "Well, first thing is, I thought the students did an amazing job, because I realized how teams come together and they showed teamwork." I said, because within the 4 people doing the presentation of their product design, one of them that had actually decided that they were going to do their skill set and put it together with them. The team overall looked at what the marketplace needed and how they came together in their own strengths of what they were going to bring in the team. One was a designer, good on graphics. One was actually creator of the digital space. And one was really good at putting things together in a format that was then going to be presented in a really good structured strategy way. And then one was going to speak. I said, I loved all that. How these different students from different all walks of life suddenly became one strong unit, bringing major component parts together to deliver their presentation of the product needed, which was a special app for people shopping. And they created this wonderful, useful app. I said, but Professor, I have to say, though, the university has let all those students down in one area. He said, what? I said, yeah. I said, they failed the students on the last hurdle. He said, come again? I said, right. They have the very best app. They have the very best of the learning they've done on all this time. They had the very best of it, but nobody really showed them how to present with power. Nobody showed them how to present that is the benefit for other people. Nobody showed them the areas so that these students that are now let loose in the world of work, online or offline, they haven't been able to be trained how to present their offering to the very best way, to the benefit that everybody will want it. You can have the pen that can write ink in gold, and that's valuable. But if it's not presented with the value that it brings to people, it is wasted energy. He said, oh my goodness. I said, what your university should do before students of 3-4 years of studies, they should be going through in preparation to take the big world of work out there. They need to be preparing how to speak, what to say, and the power of what they're delivering, because they could be going for a job, they could be running their own business. But that's the bit that's missing. To which the professor says, can I ask for a favor? I said, fire away. He said, that's the most strongest thing anybody's ever said here in the university. And I would like you, as the #1 marketing machine, to tender your work to us. And we want to hire you into the universities to provide exactly that service to us. That was not what I was expecting. I was giving an observation. And one of the things that I would like to share with everybody here today is that when you're doing any work in any area of your space, whether it's on a personal space in a home, or whether it's in a business space online or offline, is ask yourself, what are we doing that's working well for us? Question one, that is, what's working well for you? And write that down, because then you'll be empowered by the positives of what your working well is. And secondly, what can I do to make it even better? So that's the two most powerful questions that have been used by professional coaches, sports coaches, athletes that are relying to do their personal best in their business or where they're at. And the other thing, that the power of personalization that I'm going to share with you, digital stuff that is going to come in here, and then I'll answer some questions for you as well. I've been coaching, training, and working for over 34 years. As an 18-year-old kid, just put in a hairdressing studio as a junior, which I was still studying, took this job on. They gave me a phone and they gave me a list, and they said, we have some private hairdressing courses and we want you to make some appointments. I said, I don't know about making appointments. You mean you want me to sell these courses? I don't know anything about selling. I'm just the junior doing the admin work. Why are you giving me this list? I don't know what to say. And they said, you'll know what to say. Just tell them you got some courses and invite the salon owners to come and come to these hairdressing courses we got. I said, £1,000. This was back in the days, many years ago. And I said, really? They said, yeah, the business owners, they got investment. I went, oh no. So anyway, they gave me the phone, they gave me the list and left me. And I sat there, oh no, God help me, is what I said to myself. And then I went and made lots of cups of tea for everybody in the department. I was just procrastinating because I didn't know how to deal with the calls. I was making more teas and coffees than I was making calls. I was scared stiff of what to do. And then I just sheepishly then picked up the call to make my first call to this salon owner. I said, hi, how's your day? In my nervous little self, shaking the phone. And I said, well, this is Ghazala from Hairdressing and Education Limited. Hello. We have new courses. Yes, we do. Do you have anybody in your salon that wants to learn? Anyway, I didn't really pitch it right. It was the most pidgin English I've ever done. Didn't know what to say, didn't know what to do, didn't know anything. And they said, no, thank you very much. We don't need anything. Okay, down went the phone. Oh my goodness, the fear of rejection. It was like I was heartbroken. I still went on and carried on, made more cups of tea than phone calls. But you know something? I thought I got to handle this thing. I can't just keep making teas. They're going to be high on caffeine. So I decided to get back on the calls. And then sure enough, slow but sure, I made mistakes. I couldn't speak the right sentence. I did it. And then through that learning, I realized, hang on a minute. I get it now. I got the thing they want. They don't know that they need this, but I got to tell them why they need it. So I said, hi, Salon ABC. This is Ghazala Jabeen from Hairdressing Education Limited. I'm excited to share with you some of the brand new courses we're bringing exclusive to salon owner stylists that they want to take their level of hairdressing to a whole new different level. Why? Because business needs to come through that door. You need more people with more heads of hair for more courses. We have Vida Sassoon coming straight over from the USA. Some of the top stylists are going to share with you and your students. And we've got a special offer on our courses. So we have a limited amount of people that we can put on this course. And we want to very much on a first come, first serve basis, because we have a time frame window of opportunity of 2 weeks. Which of your stylists would like to be on this course? Like from this sheepish kind of thing, I now cracked in the excitement, the urgency, the intrigue, more importantly, the benefit for the salon. They're going to make more business, more people coming through their thing. That was any business needed to hear, is how do we benefit? So it was a message that no matter what we're offering is how do people benefit with what you got to offer? Share that with them. They're listening. And so therefore, that became a story of my little trembling 18-year-old self, hardly speaking good English, and to be put in the lion's den with it. But then again, this little lioness really grew strong. And before I knew it, I was heading one of the largest direct sales organizations in the UK. And I was hired in as an ordinary rep on the road to becoming a senior director in the company. Never had a female directorship in that leadership of that company. And I took their company from 9 million to 23 million. And I actually literally cut the workforce that I took a division in by half. And the company said, are you sure what you're doing? I mean, well, you're just getting rid of people. I said, just trust me, 60 odd people in this division, they're using up the data. The leads that we're generating is costing us money. I said, I just if you trust me, you'll work with me. And if you trust me enough, because I've already proven the success by my own results, so let me put my money where the mouth is, and vice versa. And they said, okay, we think you're a bit crazy, but go for it. So I took those people, 60 odd in this division, down to 29. My message to the team was, hey guys, I'm not here for you to love me or like me. We're here to do a job and you need to earn money. So if you will listen to me, I got this deal for you. By the end of 7 days, half of you are going to be leaving the company. The other half I'm going to personally train. I just need to know who am I training? Who's the real fighters here? Show me your worth. 7 days, here's your appointments, off you go. They came back. Then I decided which team was actually working with, who I was working with. And that was about who was more excuse-itis and who was more rock and roll. So I gave team A, team B. Team B, I said, leave your kid. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, you've done no favor for yourself, your family, your future, for the company, and you're costing us on leads that these lot are losing out on. So it's with regret I'm having to let you go. I don't have anything personal to you, but we are doing a job. That was my hat off my business head, because we have to get the results. And I was very heart-led, but result-driven person, so I had to drive that. The other people, I said, right, you've proven it, congratulations. I'm now going to be frontline soldier with you. We're going to go out on the road and I'm going to show you how the job's done. So the 60 odd people, we were writing business in a month of delivered business of £189,000 worth of delivered business with 60 reps. I've worked force halved it. I now got 29 reps. And now 29 reps, I said, you better roll up your sleeves. We've got work to do. I've got a format, structure, strategy, and you need to work with this. So when you go into the house, the power of personalization is what's going to really rock you. You need to speak to the Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Speak to the Mr. He may be a left brain person. Mrs. is a right brain person. You need to communicate with those people appropriately. I said, and this is not about you, how good you are as a rep. Nobody cares. What you do care is about them people, the benefit that what you're talking about. Show that to them. Make it personalized. Speak their name. Ask them some questions. Be interested in their life. Do all the things you need to. So 29 people in this division. Now, after about 8 weeks of my work, we got that division up to just short of 500,000 delivered business. And I helped take that company from 9 million to 23 million and took my position as one of the largest position holders in the company of female they never had in the history of it. So what I'm going to share with you today is where you are in your business and how do we personalize in the digital space, in the AI space, and why it matters to every single person that you do your business so that you can actually literally take the bull by the horn and run with it because you got the grip, right? And when you get the grip, you will understand the buying behavior of people on that. So when Rani asked me to share a subject that was going to be beneficial, I thought, how can I part with knowledge that each and every one of you in your life of personal growth, in your life of business growth, in your life to create abundance financially, that your resource pot is full and will keep being filled so that you can actually go out and do the things that you're passionate about, because the resource will allow you to grow and develop and upscale your businesses as well. Just before I do that, I just want to answer any questions. So I take a breather. I told you I can talk. So I can take a breather in this one. So if anybody's got any questions so far, please ask me anything you want at this point. Okay, you're good. So give me a thumbs up if you're ready for me to go with this. Firing on all
Yeah, that sounds amazing, Ghazala. So it sounds like you've done a lot, and we're just excited to be here to see what you have to show us. So
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. So what I want you to do is one of the things on social media when you are doing any posting or any work anywhere, any place, understand the remit, the point of what that social media is. For example, when we're dealing with Instagram, if you're going to do any Instagram posts within it, one of the things is if some people do a post which is like, say, for example, health and well-being products. Let's, for an example that we say that. Your tagline would be health and fitness, well-being, nutrition, etc. Well, that's okay with what you do because most people would get that image about it. What you do want to do is you want to hashtag the people that would want it. So you could actually put moms to be, because that's nutrition is important to them. So have you ticked that target audience? Have you hashtagged the people that would be interested in that space? So that's another part of hashtagging, is not just go crazy on hashtags, but it's not just about what you're doing, because your post should be relevant enough, that's what you're doing, but hashtag the people that you want to draw to this. So fitness enthusiast, you know, fitness enthusiast, people who want to maintain fitness and well-being. So the enthusiast, the entrepreneur has an interest because they're business people and they'll see business sense. Business owners, company directors, the, you know, mums at home, people, whatever they want to get their health back. Mums to be, new mum, hashtag, because they've had the baby, they want to get their health back in check. Cancer survivor, you know, these are people that will be drawn to health and well-being because they've survived through a cancer stage. Now they want to get better. People only a hashtag in areas which is not even personalizing it to the area of their target audience. So hashtag those as well. Second thing is that put some post that acknowledges, let's say you're going to choose 5 people that you've worked with or 5 people that have inspired you, and you need to be able to tag them with an acknowledgement of what you like about them. So you could put something to say that this week has been quite a change for me in my personal growth. And then there's 5 people I want to acknowledge that have been part of this week's insightful, inspirational, motivational space they've put me in. And these are a big shout out to these people. Try to get also some of the people that have got a good following, because when you tag them, they tagged and they share it, and your name by default will ride onto their space as well, so that they acknowledge it. You've put them in a spotlight, and you've also tagged them so that they get seen as well. Especially in Facebook, you end up landing on their Facebook page, which means that their audience would see it. For example, if Rani actually put, if she put, I want to just thank Ghazala for doing today's coffee talk, la da 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 da, whatever. Then she by default, by tagging me, comes onto my platform, and suddenly my 5,000 people get to see who she is. Then they get to find out who she is and then start exploring her. So ask yourself, what kind of people are you tagging to be part of associating with, so you can be having a wider coverage of your audience as well. So that's the other part. The other thing is, I'm going to share with you a tool. What I also want to do is I want to, for those that have not seen me before, to do this. For those that have, that's brilliant. But today I'm going to put you in the chat a special link that is a gift for me to you for being here, to being present in not only learning, but a gift for me to share with you on how you can find out your core values, where they are in today's time. So this is a code breaker test for you, a personality code breaking test, not just any old thing of personality code breaking. Forbes magazine said this is the future of sales online. The AI that I've been working for now 8 years in the space of learning, understanding, knowing, and working. And why this happened was that I think about 10, 15 years back, I met this lady. She was talking on stage, and she was talking about, you can't say the same script. So if you're going to do 20 people, you're going to pitch with your presentation, you can't use the same script on 20 people because they're not the same people. The same as I was hired by a local man in my area here in Wales. He said, Ghazala, you are the #1 marketing machine. Why could I not see the wood for the trees when I needed marketing on my business, which my business is about to go bankrupt if I don't shape it up? But I have the #1 marketing machine on the doorstep. I've not reached out to you before. He says, but I have woken up to it, and I want to hire you to come show me how to do it. I coached him and I said, tell me what you're doing. He said, well, most of the people I pitch to are on LinkedIn. I said, and what do you say to them? He said, this. I said, and what else? He said, no, just this. I said, hang on a minute. You're telling me you got like 1,000 people and you got one script and you're pitching everybody that you connect with this pitch. Stop that right now, I said. Because I'm quite assertive. He did take it quite nicely. I was nice, by the way, as well. I am soft as well. But in this role, I was very assertive with him, what he was doing or should be doing or wasn't doing. And I said, stop that right there. Do you know that script you got? Can you bin it straight away? Bin it. I said, one script does not fit all. Everybody's different. I said, there are different personalities, different way that people think. There's a left brain, there's a right brain, and people work in different way. Some people are analytical. They want detail before they make a decision. Some people want to just feel it, cut the crap, tell me the straight, that's what we're talking about. And some people want to know the facts and figures, the bigger picture, because that's the way they see it. Some people want to see credibility to the way that they think of a structure, what they're working with. Some people just want to love everybody, care and share, and that's 80% of the population is in the nurturing, caring, want to make the world a better place because they're coming from a place of heart, a contribution to society, and do that. I said, your pitch don't meet any of them. It's just about you, how good you are. Who cares about it? I said, now, I want you to take the system. I want you to learn the system. I said, and you got a week to really fine tune your pitch on according to the people you're presenting. And I'm going to show you, by the way, because I'm going to screen share and show you how we did do this. And then I'm going to put the link in there and get you to try this yourself. So when I did this with him, a week later, he wrote his first £20,000 deal. That more than him paid for me, my fee for him. But guess what? He realized that the power of personalization was so crucial because he wasn't doing just same script for all. He was personalizing that script per each person, quality over quantity. And he wrote bigger deals, more money in 1 week than he did for a whole year. And that's where I'm going to share with you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in there, which is you're going to get a link, which is going to crack your own code. When you get this link, I don't want you to do it now. When we finish this call, I want you to take a moment of your time with a cup of tea or a coffee, as it's a coffee club, or a glass of water even. I want you to sit alone to yourselves and your moment for you. So when you click on that link, it will open up for you to crack your own personality code. Why is it so important for you? Because whatever happened last week, last year, or a few years back, what you are, who you are today is where are your values? What is ticking in your heart, in your body for where you're going, who you're connecting with who you're aligned with, who your tribe is, who your working space is, and where you are yourself first, as really to be clear in your own vessel first. Mental, physical, spiritual, everything in your own space first. Come from within. In order to connect out there, connect within to connect out there. So this will allow you, you'll get 4 colors that will come appearing in there. Each color will be red, yellow, blue, and green. In each of these colors will be words. By the way, all these words are they'll all relate to you and you'll relate to them all. But each card chosen very carefully, because Harvard University psychology department actually did the full testing on this and is the only validated, most scientifically validated system on planet Earth right now that is actually being used. And this will, and words were chosen very, very carefully. You then have a choice underneath it to put in order the word and the colors of that card on each area in priority of personal values to you. Which of those cards means the most to you? When you've put them in order, then what you will do, that's you looking at that, you click your send on an email and you will get a report all about your values, your principles of how you work with, and you have a better understanding is where your current state of mind is right now. From that good, strong point of view, being very clear to what matters to you the most and the values that you live by in your everyday life, business and personal, you will be able to appropriately work with people outside of it because you'll be more mindful of the dialogue that you're going to be talking about that as well. So yes, so I'm going to share with you. And I was asked from this company when it was first launched in its very original format. I was, I think 10, 15 years ago, and I met the owner, Sherry Tree. And I saw her and I was like, she's speaking the language that I've done in direct sales, but she's created a system. I created the strategy of my talking in sales, but this was a fine-tuned system. And I bought that, and it was £1,000 at that time when I bought this system. Back in the days, it was a lot of money. And I bought that. And when they were rebranding the bank system to Codebreaker, it was going into the digital AI space. People never understood the full value of it. And they asked me if I could participate in their leadership program as a trainer within that and take the Codebreaker AI to the place in Europe and, of course, globally. And when I said to them, I'd been working through this myself already, and why was I closing more deals than most people? I had my sales hat already, but I added this to it as well. In network marketing, where the biggest mistake people were making is they were not pitching people about their offerings because they were just pitching what the company's pitch was about the product, but they weren't understanding the buying behavior of the potential client or prospect. And this took it to a whole different level. And now they're actually changing a few things. But what I'm doing is gifting you. This is usually when people want to do a code break, it's a $99 thing for you to get your own personal code breaking thing. But right here, right now, I'm going to give you this. So it's a gift from me to you to break your own code and understand who you are first. For you, give me a second, and I'll put this in the chat. And then you will have this for you to test. And it doesn't matter whether you did a test last week, last year, or whatever. This is where you are standing today going forward for tomorrow. Okay. So that's the first thing. So do it, but do it in your own quiet space, just so you are in tune with yourself, and then get the real true picture of where you are. And then I'll show you how Codebreaker fits in your prospecting in a second, as I've got Linnea with a question. So if you want to unmute, darling, and ask away.
Lanaya, I just want to comment about when you tag other people, be careful not to overdo it, because I had a business that would constantly tag me to basically try to glean my clients and glean my followers. And I literally had to block them from tagging me because they did it so much. So it's great to do it occasionally and to honor somebody, but when you got to do it for the right reasons. So.
Yeah, and it's a very good point, Lenny, for sharing that. And with going back to what I was saying is people that this week have worked with you and you shared some stuff, and that's where your tagging came into, but not a generic tagging system. So this was about like a handful of people that you've worked with this week, and you share the tag on them because they will appreciate, because you're picking up, following on from the work that you're doing, and not a random tag, just to clarify that point, what I was saying. But yeah, when people tag me to stuff crazy, and I'm like, who gave you permission to tag me to that post? It's not I asked for, but my tagging is differently meant because there's 5 people that I've worked with. In here, I could say we've got 20 people that I've worked with. So my follow-on for tagging any of you would be following on from the coffee club. I've met some amazing ladies, and I want to give a shout out to these ladies that I was able to share my work with, who were receptive to the work coming in. That way they have no problem, because we've got a shared mutual space of interest that we can share in a respectful way. That's a different tagging. Yeah, so that's cool. But yeah, don't go tagging willy-nilly, because people hate it. And when they were in groups and then they say at everyone, some people like it, some people don't. And it's like, it's Facebook created this thing that allowed people to do it. But the thing about it was that people did do it for the right reasons for the group, and it got more engagement. It sure did. It's just some people don't. So I put a clause in there to say, I'm tagging everyone in here just because a lot of people miss it through the algorithms. And if you don't like it, then, feel free to detag yourself or whatever. But this is an important message I want to share within the group. The whole reason for having this group is to share great insights, not just for the sake of tagging with it, but this is information or announcements I want to share with you. So that you can always create that disclaimer for people if they're a bit funny about it. But yeah, we have to be respectful about social media, as Leah said, because people get ticked off and nobody wants to get ticked off with it. So be mindful, but use it in the right way as a follow on from something that's happened, and then it's received in a respectful way as well. Good. Okay, so now I want to show you the magic of this AI space of personalization. By the way, anybody here using ChatGPT? I know some of you are, but anybody else here using it? Okay, cool. Okay, codes, off you go. Right, so ChatGPT is also another part of it. I'm not going to go into ChatGPT just now because I am actually putting a program together to share that. But the only thing I want to share with you about ChatGPT is this. For all those people who've got their websites or the bios and you're working with chat, if you're not, by the way, you can message me and say, Gaz, I want to, each one of you that's never been on one of my free strategy sessions and you want to personalize one-to-one, I always offer a 30-minute first-time freebie for everybody. So if you have something specific personalized to you, why I do it is somebody's personal situation, they don't want to share in public with everything and everybody. So I give them that window of privacy that they come to me, we sit down, we talk about personal one-to-one, and I'll give you some insights, direction, facilitating for you to help you out. So I will put my email, and you can always email me to say, I'd like to pick up on that free strategy session. And then I can tell you. But if you got a website and you're working on ChatGPT, if you copy paragraph by paragraph and put it in ChatGPT and say, can you improve the grammar or better wording or motivational message, whatever your thing is for ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a modern AI platform. At the moment, ChatGPT is maxed out and people have been put on waiting lists because they oversubscribed and they're trying to work behind their scenes. And if I can just share with you what it is, but make sure that you're actually using the right space with it. Let me just share my screen. Hopefully I've got a sharing screen facility, but I'll show you what comes up when you do go into it and what the message will come up. So go into here. Okay, so if you're on it, you will get something like this message. It says open AI. Well, you know, you might need to wait a bit. So currently we're receiving more requests than we're comfortable with. So try your request again, come back a short while to reload the page. So if you have logged into it, ChatGPT, if you're going into, if I can go back into the space of back in here, and this is the logo you need to be looking at. There are so many, what people don't realize, there are so many platforms that are offering ChatGPT, but people are signing into false ones. So when you're opening ChatGPT, now GPT-4 is open and it's the most advanced one. And there's a button here to learn about it, to view it. This says Open AI. So you click and make sure this little logo is that's there. And the other thing that you'll notice within it is this color scheme here. When you're on these two areas, you're in the right part of ChatGPT and explore that area with it. So where it says learn more about it, this is a great way for people who basically just don't know. It says waiting list. See, they're just on this. I don't even know if they can do a see. It just goes back to login. When you log in, it's saying it can't do it at the moment. So what I want to share with you, first of all, about ChatGPT and AI space is this. If you're going to write an article, or you're writing a website, or doing a biography of yourself, or a post that you want to, you might say you're speaking about the smoothie juices. I don't know why I'm talking health, but anyway, you're talking about some healthy juices that's really something you've created, or your business, whatever it is that you have. Write what you want to of what you want to tell them, and say ChatGPT, copy it, say, can you write this even better? Or proper, better English or better marketing message. It will rewrite what your scribbles have been, or your pidgin English, whatever it has been. It will rewrite that for you in a much slicker way. So when people often say to me, Gaz, the thing is, you say things so brilliantly, I haven't got the same language as good as your marketing language. I don't know how to do it. Go to ChatGPT, put your write up in there in your own way and say, ChatGPT, can you write this for me in a good marketing message? It will take the whole thing and convert it into a marketing message for you. That means you copy that new marketing message, copy and paste it wherever the message that you were going to put. So that allows you to create blogs, posts, and even bios. So ask yourself, if you're on your LinkedIn profile and your bio at the top, if it's not really good and you don't know whether you've done good, say, ChatGPT, can you write down what you do and how you do it, and say, can you write this from a LinkedIn bio? It will do it for you in a good way. If you are a person that doesn't want to be robotic, you just say, ChatGPT, can you write my bio, but add some humor to it? It will create for you the writer with humor. If you then said to ChatGPT, can you give me a good strap line or a tagline for my business, to write a little bit about your business, it'll give you 10 different taglines for your business if you're struggling with. If you want a headline, a catchy headline for a post, write down what your post is about and say, can you create me a catchy headline? And you will be able to see what headline it comes up. Whenever you write a post, create a catchy headline, create the main message. The bulk of the message is, what is the problem the world that has got that you have found a solution to, and share that and give them a call to action. That's how you would get more traction in your business. Is somebody would, first of all, look at your post. It's a catchy headline. Oh, what's this? Ah, that's interesting. That's a catchy headline. Secondly, oh, problem. Oh yeah, the acne spots. Yeah, I get them as well. Or prickly heat, I get that. And that's, you know what, I just can't seem to find out a way to get rid of it. Or I've been trying to lose weight and I've tried everything and maybe it's my menopause, but why is it? And then you're trying to, so whatever the thing is, and then you say, so the reason this has really helped me, having tried so many things, is because of the main ingredient in here was this. But this works with the other ingredients, but it's actually working for me and my body and my diet better. And I've been able to lose some weight. Identify the problem, create a solution, give the result of it, proof of that's happening. And then say, if you want to know how you can lose weight and start feeling good and get energy back in your life, connect with me on here and let's talk more. Never say, for more info, call this or write here or email, because it's not specific call to action. Specific call to action is like, tell them, wow, what would happen if they contacted you? If you want to know how to get this ingredient, the benefits of it, and other recipes to help you maintain not only weight loss, but a healthy journey of well-being, message me for the recipe. They know why they're messaging and what they're going to get. That's where that is. So there's a lot of things about it, but I can go through that another time. But I just want to show you some power to the elbow on this next bit here. So I'm going to share with you on how this code breaker thing actually benefits you in your business. So click here. And don't be too overwhelmed, guys, because it took me enough just to learn to speak English, right? So on here, which of you is on LinkedIn? Let me just choose a name. Okay, I'm going to go with our friend Lanaya. We're not obviously connected, so let me see if I can find you on here. So if I do that, so we're going into Wilder. Obviously, we're not connected. Did I spell the name right? Lynna. Search you.
Look for just Lynn Wilder.
Lynn. Okay. All right. Let me go with that because it wasn't coming up with that. So let's. Oh, here we are. That one. No. Which one are you?
Look for Newburn Migraine Solutions
Okay.
as part of my business.
What was it? Sorry.
Newburn, Newber, and Migraine Solutions.
Let me see if this will show me who you are. It's not found you in that one. So I did have something else that came in when I did that, when I was typing in. Let me see. Polished intuitive massage therapist, Professor Lynn. Is your Lynn with an E on the end?
It's the polished intuitive massage therapist.
Polished. Oh, here we are. There we go. Right. So this is, so you don't mind me picking on you for a minute to do this thing?
Pick away.
Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna do code. I'm gonna break the code for Lynn. So we're going to come in here, and because I'm on the code breaker, I have the widget, the extension on the platform. So Lynn doesn't know how I'm going to pitch her about my business. She don't even know me. We're not even connected. I've not even following her. But before I can even knock on a door to present, I need to understand her buying behavior so that I can present it properly, so that she gets me and I get her and we get going. If you don't get them and they don't get you, nobody's going anywhere. But if I get her and she gets me, we can get going. So I say, code breaker, tell me a little bit about Lynn. Tell me about her code before I pitch her. What is she like? So the code breaker will now come in and is swirling away with it, because I'm going to just bring in code breaker in a second. And let me just hook you into here. Give me a second. It's working away. Let me close that up. And because we're not connected, let me just follow you. Okay. And let me see if I can break your code here. Here we go. So there we go. So what it tells me about in a nanoseconds, that actually Lynn is a person who likes to understand the bigger picture. She likes to learn about things. She's into knowledgeable stuff. She's very much a person that wants to know the how, the science, the research, the whys and wherefores, so that she understands what she's working with. The knowledge bit is very important to her. The second thing about Lynn is that she says, well, that's all very well. Now I understand the bigger picture and the research on it, but how do I actually do it? I want to know, what do I click? Where's the structure on this? And what if I press this? And what if I did this? And this one works with me. And then I can actually work with it. She needs to understand the workings of something in order for her to take it on board. The next thing I learn about Lynn is that she actually is wanting to learn on the knowledge, understanding how it works, so she can care for the people she cares about, because that's where she's the place that she's coming from. And more importantly, the money will follow if she does the job right. That is the red bit at the end. That itself tells me that if I'm going to approach Lynn to pitch her with any business, any proposal, I now know a little bit about her personality, that I can pitch her knowing who she is. So Lynn, out of 10, how close was that from what I've just shared of who you are?
9.99.
That is awesome, right? So you just think that I've never met you, don't know you, not connected with you, and in nanoseconds, not only did I just get your name, I know your buying personality, and I can position my pitch personalized on that way. Ronnie?
Yeah, correct. I mean, I have definitely changed. It's been a long time since I've updated this, because Newburn Intuitive Wellness was the business name I used when I first opened my business in 2020. And in 2021, I changed my business name to Newburn in Migraine Solutions, because I market to people that suffer from chronic headache, migraines, and pain.
There you go. So that's another part of ChatGPT will help you to, if you put what you're doing now and let it get it really nicely worded. And then also power of personalization is that I can personalize a thing about you, because I got to know your personality by the power of the AI. I'm not just pitching you randomly and coming like out of the blue with it. I will talk according to that in nanoseconds. Rainey, you've got a question?
Yeah, we couldn't see where you get the Lanaya's personality. You were reading.
Oh, let me just,
something.
okay, let me start again for you then. Okay, so if I stop screen share and screen share again, let me share that with you. So can you tell me if you can see this?
Yes.
Okay, so so can you see this thing here, Codebreaker AI?
Yes.
On the right side. So this is an extension that when you use this tool, you can actually put an extension onto your LinkedIn. You can put it on Zoom call. So if you're in a Zoom call, you can have that in there, and that will also pick up personalities in the Zoom, so that when you're talking and coaching people or doing things, you understand the power of the people and their personalities, and therefore you can tailor the personalized power to the call for getting everybody. So when I did this, I clicked it. Let's say my Ghazala's on there. Let me see if it will allow you to click and see if, tell me if you're able to see it. Hang on a minute, because I'm actually just going to move this over. Give me a second. I'm going to come into home. Let me choose somebody else, because I'm already in the system. It's my tool that I've got. So, Rini, are you on there at all?
No.
Oh, you're not. Okay, so let
How
me.
about me?
Be-
Okay.
Joey
Before
Tayabay.
before you continue, can I just say that we are at the top of the hour. For those of
Okay.
you who needs to leave, thank you for joining us. Just want to say that, and
Sure.
the rest of you, if you can stay a little bit longer, that'd be
I'll
great.
just give you another 10 minutes of while I finish this off for you. So Joey, who is it? Joey, you got your
Yeah.
hand up there? Yeah, sure. Are you
Yes.
on LinkedIn?
Yes.
Okay, let me just find you. So let's see.
I want to ask, is this like because I was supposed to buy this program already, just like last week. I wanted to ask my boss first if this is going to be beneficial for our team. And this extension that you have, is this like, when I buy the program?
Yeah. So what the link that I've sent you is for you to do your own personality code breaking.
I
but-
already did that.
Yeah.
I
So
already know
when you
mine.
when you buy the link to get it, there is one which is they're going to launch a whole new range of the new stuff. One is for just not just cracking the code of the people. One is how do we communicate for the power of it. So this is you, right?
Yes.
Let me just click here. I'll show you the AI power now. You've just seen the thing. So I'm now following you. So Codebreaker comes in. Can you see black swirly whirly? Can you see
Yes.
you on there?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's also
Before-
cool.
Yeah.
It's
So
really cool.
within nanoseconds, I now know that your strength lies in the first thing about you is you care about people. You got a big heart. You like to give, you contribute, you like harmony, you like ethics. You're somebody who's really into the caring of the world, the people and everything you do. The second thing is that you also like to know the structure of things in order to work around the framework that you're in so you can give the best attention to it. You're also somebody who likes the fun, the image, the way you are, who you are, how you're seen, the winning formula, the competitive streak of the entrepreneurial side of you. And then, of course, you are interested in learning about things to get better. So let's say that I've found you in here and I want to write to you. So we go from that's the bank code breaking. Now we go into AI communication with you. So I now want to talk to you and I want to say, I want to come in here now and I want to decode you. So if I say that the where it picked up your code was, oops, Daisy, let me just bring this back in here. You coming in here, wait a minute, let me just try to get my screen down here. So this was what it picked up and it decoded it. But what I want to do now is if I want to talk to you and I'm going to cancel everything that's here for you because it picked up your code by what you've written. So that's why I say be careful how you want to write and how you want to be portrayed with people. So I'm going to close that up and I'm going to close this bit up here as well. And I'm just going to communicate with you. Right, I'm not going to go too long labored because if you ever want to have me explain it in detail about how to break the code. So I say, hello, Joey. And let's say I want to prospect you onto something I want to do, right? I want to bring my business to you. I know that you're yellow strong, but let's say I'm just going to write to you. So I'll say, hello, Joey. I have just started a new business and looking to hire some scientists and researchers and would like to send you some info. Just would like to send you some information. Oops. Would that be okay? and this is random because you've got to be careful what you say. That's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm now coming into here and I'm saying, hey, is this the right way to communicate with Joey? I say, hey, Codebreaker AI, decode me this and tell me, is this a good way to approach it? And then when it does this decoding, it will now say to me, cracked it. Yep, you've cracked the bank code because she also is a person that is a knowledgeable person. It's the values. That's a good way to start because I'm approaching her. Then it actually allows you to respond. This is what we figured out. But what you also do is when you respond in here, you will write all the text of how to pitch you. If it feels that based on your profile, what you've written to what your brief is different from one to the other. If I now write to you based on your strength of the code and it's wrong, it will say, you're not approaching her in the right way. I mean, I'm not going to go into detail because we've not got time, but in here, this will allow you to draft a response. So if I was going to write to you, I will put the whole feedback in here for you. And then I'll say, okay, is this response okay? Then I say, decode my response. It'll give me a tick or a cross and say, no, you're not speaking her language. She's not going to work with you. And from there, that's how we get the communication personalized, because I understand you and what you're about, which is the power of personalization. In nanoseconds, I found out about you. And in nanoseconds, I can put the whole details. And in less time, I can close more deals because I get you and I'm positioning correctly based on your values. And then you can decode as many as you want. And again, like I said, for those that want to know more in detail of how to break the codes, how to work with this, and to operate your marketing so you're going to close more deals, get more business, and pitch better because you're respectful of people's values and people respect you for understanding them. That is quality over quantity, and you're not just randomly speaking to people crazily in crazy way, right? That's why I say to people, and have done for 30 odd years, hey, one size does not fit all, but more importantly, understand the people. I was on stage in Business for Home in a Congress in Amsterdam, and I talked about the personalization, the people that matter, the values, their heart, their mind, their soul, what they live for, what they breathe for. Understand the people, love the people for who they are, not who you are, and work the language they get because they're on a journey of their own. You may want to work with them, but speak the same language. You can both journey together and do great things. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I just would like to comment that it's interesting to note that, because when I took the exam, I mean the test, I'm actually a red, yellow, blue, and green.
So here's the interesting thing. That's
very interesting.
That's why it's important. So when I've sent this code for you in there, is to do your value as you believe who you are right now of those code breakers. So it's coming from your honest, sincere space. Then make sure that your social media matches it and not what people are reading to you over there differently to what you're reading into yourself, which means it's a cross message that you're giving. So your wording on there is not great to match with what your values are. So correct the two so they're in sync together, and get the help from ChatGPT as well as an added source for you. And then the tool here with the bank system code breaker is what I've used, and the power of it. And everybody I've coached, they've got more results closing that deal. And it's not even that expensive as a tool for everyday communication, no different than we spend on hosting our websites, paying a coach, paying whatever. We can spend thousands over there, but something as little as we pay loads on apps all the time of what we use. And here you can save your money on Netflix, but come in here of a tool that's helping you to educate you. You can come on, come off, do as little, do as much, whatever you want. And if you feel like in 3 months you've educated to understand people better and you cancel it afterwards, that's okay. You're not tied in a contract. It's come and go as you please that works for you. But I tell you something, I close more deals in less time because I learned the understanding of it. But more importantly, I understood and respected the people I work with. That's the crucial thing. Love the people, understand them, and know the place they're coming from, because now people respect you for understanding them, because most people are misunderstood in life. And that's why people can never do business with them, because people are reading into people. They're so hungry for making money. They're just treading over people like crazy, but just breathe, because all that is meant for you will never pass you if you play your cards right. And this is about getting that side done right. And that's how I have been able to create great success, that for a girl that got hit in the face for wanting to learn, be educated from a language I didn't speak. And my brother hit me because he didn't think I should need any more education. And that hit never stopped me. And I traveled the world and I've spoken on stages, coaching. I coach international companies, individuals around the world. And I got to the point where my diary, I said to people, I have no waiting list. People who want to be coached by me, I have a waiting list. Now that when I finish a client, I can add a new client on either pay-as-you-go one-offs, or a full $1 million professional coaching program where I personalize everything, who you are, what you do, how you do it, and do it so fine. And my tagline is helping you to present like a pro and sell like a superstar. Because if you present like a pro, the selling gonna happen. Like you sit there like a superstar with your glossy magazine, cup of drink, glitter shining on you, superstar style, because the sales are coming because you've done the first job right. The rest will flood in your way. And that is what's happened to me. And today I'm glad to be able to share a little bit of my journey that has not been easy, but I've been a student of lifelong learning. And today I'm glad to share a little bit of insights of those powerful tools. Thank you, Rini, for having me here to share with my sisters here, to helping you succeed in what you're doing as well, and be cheerleading you along all the way.
Thank you so much, Ghazala. That's amazing. Great information. Thank you so much. So if you want to share with the audience here how to contact you if they wanted to do the free strategy,
Sure.
or to get more information.
I will do that. And what I'll do, because since I only just got back from the States and I need to check my Calendly, I'm going to give you guys my direct number and my direct email. So drop me a note or a text or WhatsApp, and then I'm going to sort out my diary slots, and then just book a free session, take advantage of the freebie, because whether we do anything further or not, let me at least signpost you to the better way of doing business.
Yeah, that was
So-
what I was gonna ask, if you were gonna give like even just a short feedback, because the most important thing here is not really just to take the test, but understanding the test itself, right? Like what I said, I'm actually a red and a yellow, and then it showed me another thing, because in LinkedIn, it's actually professional page, right? So you have to like really appear professional, but then, yeah, as you have said, that's not really me.
So the good thing is, when you book a session, we can look at how to personalize your profile so that you're in sync with your values. Everybody comes sincerely, knowing who you really are, what you really stand for. Then you got the right tribe of people in the right audience. Then your energy is good with people that really get you, and you get them, and you're all together on the good page. Yeah.
So Ghazala, if you don't mind, you can post what you just said, the information at the Women's Coffee Club,
Yes.
how to get a hold of you. So
Sure.
thank you again. What an amazing presentation. So grateful for you. And thank you again, everyone. Also, we ran out of time. We're past the hour. But it's such great information. I think everyone agreed that this is great presentation. So grateful for you, Ghazala. Thank you again. And for all of you, have a great weekend. Hope to see all of you back here again next week. So with that, is there any last minute question before we close this out?
I just want to say thank you, Ghazala. I mean, I'm just so grateful to be here, and thank you so much. Thank you.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you. And Ghazala, any last words before we part?
I just, first of all, I want to show my appreciation for each and every one of you that made it here. That's why I put that link to gift you something from me for you to go and do a little bit of work for TLC, Tender Loving Care, for your self-care. And secondly, the fact you're present with me and appreciating what I'm delivering, because one of the missions of my life was, there are many of my sisters out there. I was a girl that was struggling, but there are many others that want to thrive into better spaces. And if I can contribute in paying forward, and you're all welcome to my $1 Million Professionals Lunch and Learn Club and Lady Leaders one, which is free for you to attend every week, and the monthly one for the Lady Leaders. I give that because people were great teachers on my journey as a student, as I was, that gave me free, good, sound advice. And I said, when I'm in a financially better position that I can pay it forward and give back, I dedicate every week. I spend on Tuesdays, I spend time to give my teachings and tips and training on business for free. And then once a month for the Lady Leaders, I have put that special dedicated for women only club for them to learn from me, my tips and tricks and all the training, to give you that for free. That's my paying forward, and you're all welcome to be part of that as well. So that's an extended invite for you all to be part of it.
Thank you so much.
So where are you going to give your email? Is it going to be in this chat or in our Facebook group?
I've put it in this chat, but I will also put all the necessary links in the main group as well, following on from this. So you always have it, and connect with me on all social media so that you can always see, how am I doing certain things? And hopefully that'll help you to fine tune some of the areas you're doing. But congratulations to everything you're doing and where you're at and where you're going, and the fact your students here present in now learning to do things even better. I'm glad that I can contribute my small input to you today. And I look forward to cheerleading you on your success as well.
Thank you again, everyone,
so
and
much.
Ghazala and everyone. See you next week.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. See you. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.